In this week's episode, we're going to look at why marketing should be comfortable. One of the things that I hear from coaches a lot is that they just don't want to market, that they feel massively uncomfortable about it, that they really hate it, it makes them feel squirmy, and actually what they really want to do is coach, and why do they have to do this marketing thing anyway? So this week we're going to look at why some people get so upset about marketing, why they're wrong, and how to make your marketing really, really comfortable. As a full-time coach, you can expect to spend up to 70% of your time marketing your coaching activities and only 30% of your time actually delivering coaching. Now, that percentage can come as a bit of a shock to coaches who, go into their new coaching business thinking that they're going to spend all of their time coaching. And I've got those figures from the ICF Global Survey that most successful coaches spend up to 70% of their time marketing. Now, our coaches spend about 50% of their time marketing, but either way, it's a significant chunk of your week. One of the places where coaches can really fall down with their marketing is when they get busy, when they've generated inbound inquiries, they've engaged new coaching clients, and so they take their eye off the marketing ball because they're so busy delivering, they don't want to think about their marketing. That's a really rookie mistake to make, because a coaching client gets to the end of a coaching program and off they go, and at that point you need to replace them. And if you've dropped your marketing ball, you have to go and pick it up again, and effectively you're starting again, because like Jeff Olson talks about in his book The Slight Edge, if you're not constantly moving towards something, you're not stationary, you're moving away from it. And with marketing, if you're not constantly in somebody's vision, in their world, in their social media or wherever you market to your clients, if you're not there, they won't remember you and wait for you to reappear, they'll forget about you. So, don't make that mistake. Don't drop the marketing ball once you get busy. So if you're going to spend a lot of your time marketing and you think you hate marketing, how do those two things tie together? Well, number one, you don't need to hate marketing if it's comfortable. People hate marketing because they hate the feeling of being pushy, being salesy or spammy, or any of those other kind of negative connotations that come up when you talk about why don't you like the idea of marketing and why don't you like the idea of selling. There are lots of very negative words associated with both marketing and selling, and you can go and Google them, they're legion. So if marketing is uncomfortable, you're doing it wrong. So I was recently talking to a coach who'd spent a lot of money with an organisation that promises to teach coaches to market to high-paying clients. I do this because I'm not actually sure what high-paying clients means, according to whom would be my first question. But the organisation that promises, high-ticket clients or high-paying clients, what they taught, or what they are still teaching apparently, is that the way to get high-ticket coaching clients is to basically spam people by hopping into their inbox and offering your coaching services to somebody who hasn't expressed an interest. Now, A, that's spam, and that's really, really poor practice for any marketer. B, people do get very upset and angry about being spammed, and so they can get very rude. And people being rude to you are what brings up those horrible feelings of being pushy and uncomfortable, etc. If you're spamming people, they're going to get angry, and they have every right to, and yes, that's going to make you feel uncomfortable. So don't do it. Don't take part in any marketing activity that is spammy. So what do you do if you're not going to hop into inboxes? Oh, by the way, just to recap, this company that teaches this as a way of marketing says that if you hop into 50 inboxes, you should get 5 yeses out of that. So a 10% return for basically putting yourself in the position of having 45 really angry people. That's not sustainable. You know, your self-respect won't let you keep going with that one, or it shouldn't. So how do you market comfortably? Well, first of all, if you're doing anything that crosses your core values, stop. You shouldn't ever be marketing in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable at all. Your marketing should be comfortable, you should be confident in it, and it should be effective. Spamming people is not an effective use of marketing time. You know, getting a 1 in 10 client, 1 client out of 10 interactions, which are all uncomfortable, that's not an effective way to market. A much more effective way to market, and which is, funnily enough, much more comfortable, is to define your ideal client and write a marketing message specifically for that ideal client. Now, what I mean about that is that you write a marketing message that appeals to one very specific kind of client. And what I mean when I say appeals to them is you join the conversation that's going on in their heads. So let's say that you have a coaching client who is stuck in a career that they loathe and they just can't see a way out. It doesn't matter how often they think about it, they can't see a way out because they need the income. So if you market to them in a way that says, I know you hate your job, I know you are desperately racking your brains for ways out, but you feel stuck because you're trapped by the salary you're paid, and you're trapped by the fact that you feel that your skills are not transferable, that this is all you've ever done, and so it can be all that you ever do. But guess what? You're wrong. I can suggest some ways in which you might be able to move career without sacrificing income, without sacrificing everything that you've learned, all your knowledge that you've built up, and find a career that absolutely sets your soul on fire. I can help you do that. Now, can you see that that message is joining the conversation that's going on in their heads? You know, they're already really unhappy, they're already casting around, and they're looking at all these different jobs, ads and job descriptions and going, oh, that doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. And if you join that conversation, they will notice you, providing, of course, you're where they are. Now, by talking to a particular kind of client on a regular basis, and when I say regular, I mean daily, you know, marketing is a daily activity. By talking about the particular problem that your particular kind of client has got, you will start to feature on their radar more and more and more highly, until in the end they feel compelled to jump into your inbox and say, hey, you're talking about me, can we have a conversation? Now that is generating an inbound inquiry, and that's really comfortable. You know, those coaching clients, those potential coaching clients, have self-selected themselves as your potential client, and they have come to you to say, I think you might be able to help me. Can we have a conversation? Now, how much more comfortable is that, having people coming to you, than you having to jump into inboxes left, right and centre and risk upsetting people? And people can be really rude. They can be really rude if you spammy sell to them. So if you want a coaching business, you need to accept that you're going to spend 50 to 70% of your time on marketing activities. And if that's what you have to do, you want those marketing activities to be as comfortable as possible. If you're sitting there thinking, yeah, that really is what I want, then maybe you should be hopping into my diary. I'd be very happy to talk to you about how to make your coaching business successful by marketing in a way that is really comfortable. Remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss a single episode. I really look forward to helping you thrive in your coaching business.